Welcome back to another episode of Desert Island Discs, where I take one of my shelves, I go through everything that's on it, have a little talk about the films, see what I've got in the collection, and then ultimately choose that one film that I would pick over all the others to take with me if I stranded on a desert island. It's as simple as that. And while I'm doing this, you pick your favourite one and try and figure out what one I'm going to pick. See if you know me, how well you know me. So let's just get into it, shall we? So, yes, welcome back to whatever episode this may be. 11, 12, I don't know. Not until I do the intro bit or the thumbnail. I don't know what episode this is. But anyway, so I'm going to do a shelf that is down here. It's a steelbook shelf. I said I would do a steelbook shelf, and I will. It's not this one. We've done this shelf. We're doing the shelf down here. So I shall bring them up one at a time. We shall take a look at what titles are on this here shelf. So first of all, let's clear the bits off. So what do I have on this shelf to start with? A very dusty Tony Stark. This is from the Marvel collection. I only got the first one. I didn't really like them. I didn't really like these. I got the first one because it was like 99p or 1.99 or something stupid like that. It's obviously it was of Tony Stark. So yeah. And then I have here, I don't know why I picked these up. These were like a couple of quid. These like Mini-Mates. Falcon and Winter Soldier ones. They're like little Lego characters. But there we go. That's all I've got on the shelf in the way of collectibles. Nothing else, so we can delve straight in to these steelbooks and see what I've got. I don't know what I've got. They'll come out in any order as can... Okay, so here we go. Okay, let's start. So first off, we have from 1951... Still got a sticker on it there. The Day the Earth Stood Still, the classic science fiction movie. Klaatu Barada Nikto, that one. What can I say? It's a classic movie. It's a great film. It really is. So that's our first steelbook. Then we have, oh my god, I didn't even get through this one. Babylon. Yeah, I bought this. I think ultimately I got it free in the end. I'm sure I did. Yes, because there was a damaged one and I don't know what happened, but I managed to get it for free somehow. I can't remember how. Can't remember the story behind that. It's got some nice spot gloss on it, but I started watching the film and never finished it. So there's a good guess there as to whether that's going to be my choice or not. Next up, one that I found for £1 in a charity shop, Star Trek. The first of the Kelvin timeline, Chris Pine sort of remake J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies. Steelbook. I do have another steelbook for this. I have a section with all Star Treks in, so there ain't going to be no following Star Treks coming after this one. And when I picked that one up for that price, I managed to pick this one up as well. This steelbook for Ghost Protocol, Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise. I do have all the Mission Impossible films, but generally they are on Amaray, not on steelbook. So again, that's just an odd one sat there. It isn't like the franchise is sat on this shelf. So let's move along. These are ones that are laid flat along the top. Okay, so we have here, we have the Meg. Okay, this is the Japanese kind of steelbook art. The first Meg film was this 2018, I believe it was. Jason Statham, based upon the novels by Stephen Altman. Roger, where am I getting Roger from? I don't know. Steve Altman. I've read the first few books. The books are far better than the films, but it's a film that I can have fun with. Okay, this doesn't count. It's a TV series. I haven't watched it anyway. The Watch. That's on the shelf. Okay, here we have Disney's Cruella. A lot of it filmed near me in Greenwich. It doubled for Regent's Park. Emma Stone, isn't it? Yes, that's her name. Emma Thompson. This was a decent film. I didn't mind this. I thought it was very good. When's the sequel coming? There's a sequel, isn't there? But I quite like that. I picked this one up cheap as well, and I've still got to get the remnants of the sticker off of it. Probably my favourite of the X-Men movies. X-Men First Class. Yeah, I just got to work that off. It was a buy. I think I bought this when I was out with Matt over at Matt V Movies somewhere. We were somewhere and I bought it. Was Chris with us at the same time? Was it when I met Chris and Matt at the same time? Very possibly. But it's my favourite of the X-Men films. I think it's a great, great film. So what else do we have? Okay, here we go, look. Don't hear many people talk about this film anymore, do you? Elvis, the Austin Butler, Tom Hanks, Baz Luhrmann film. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. I like that. Okay, Star Force Soldier, or just Soldier. This is Kurt Russell's action film from 1997 that flopped, and here in the UK didn't get theatrical release. It just got a straight to VHS release back then. It kind of plays in the world of Blade Runner in a sense. It's isn't set in that same universe. Obviously it's nowhere near the calibre of a film such as Blade Runner, but it's a film that, you know, I have fun with. Not a particularly great steelbook there. Now, is this next one a contender? A contender. I don't know why the J card's upside down on it, but is this a contender for best for the film that I'm going to choose? Space Jam: A New Legacy. You know as well as I know. And then we have here a Blu-ray 3D steelbook for G.I. Joe Retaliation. Yeah, these are in no particular order, by the way. Okay, and then moving along, still along the top, the Meg again. That was the 4K steelbook that was more recent. This is an older Blu-ray 3D steelbook version for the film. My thoughts haven't changed since a few minutes ago on what I said. We Were Soldiers, Mel Gibson. Yeah. Fantastic. And the theatrical, what was the theatrical release for Battlestar Galactica. They took the pilot episode and it was released in theatres in places to sort of get money off the back of Star Wars and things like that. Okay, so moving on. Let's have a look here what we've got. I'll just grab the pile out. And this is still sealed. J-card's sort of bent under the seal, but it is World's End. The third of the Cornetto trilogy movies. Nick Frost, Simon Pegg, Edgar Wright directed, Martin Freeman in it, Paddy Considine, whatever his name was. A decent film. Probably the weakest of the trilogy, but I still like it. And then we have another steelbook for the same film. I do have 4Ks of these as well. There we go. Wanted. It is actually based upon a comic book property. Yeah, so Angelina Jolie, Morgan Freeman, James McAvoy, Curving Bullets or something. Here's a decent Steven Spielberg film, Warhorse. Loose disc within. I wouldn't mind a 4K of that actually. 4K of Warhorse would be quite nice. It's Touchstone, which means it's Disney owned, so we're not going to see it. Whiplash, fantastic film. It really is. I was late to the game with this one in seeing it, but when I watched it, I got it, I understood it. The two characters are almost symbiotic. They needed one another. The two main characters, you know, Miles Teller's character and J.K. Simmons, they needed one another by the end of that film to get the best out of one another, shall we say. They wouldn't have got the best if they weren't for them and what went on between them. They would never have got to where they needed to get to, if that makes sense. Then we have Who Framed Roger Rabbit, a classic film. And what's that, about 30 odd years old now? It's got to be. Tom Cruise, War of the Worlds. I don't know why the stickers are still on it. I've got a feeling I've got a couple of these steelbooks. Oh yeah, I've got to try and get it off with, like, you know, something to help get it off. War of the Worlds. I don't mind it. I like the War of the Worlds story. H.G. Wells. Yes, it's decent. Let's grab the next lot. And while we grab this lot, let me put this lot back. Okay, so then we have Taken with Liam Neeson. It's got a special set of skills. Liam Neeson's still riding high off of this film, essentially. All the films he's making today. Because of this. Next one, a film I've never seen. Rise of the Foot Soldiers. Extreme Edition. I only bought it because it was £2. It was a steelbook in CEX. Whether it's any good or not, I don't know. What do we have here? Okay, so we have here Dark Fate, Terminator. Lovely steelbook. Say what you want about the film. Then we have Terminator Salvation. I liked elements of the film. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. This must be one of the cheapest steelbooks you can find. It's very heavy. It's so heavy, in fact, that it's making me want to open it up and have a look at what is inside. Nothing. I don't know, just some paper bits. That's what's weighting it down, that little catalogue. I can feel the weight difference just based upon that in there. This isn't the only version of this I've got. I've got massive big collector's books of this film, which is there. It's on a different shelf. It was really cheap, but it came with some lovely stuff, like the book as well. Perfect condition it was in. But my God, is it a boring film. So much so, I didn't get all the way through it. There we go. Then we have Disney's Tomorrowland. George Clooney is in that. I like that. I like the simplicity. Not the only steelbook for this film I've got, because I've got a collector's steelbook in a collector's set up there somewhere. Transformers the movie, 1985. Traumatised a generation of young boys. That film did. Then we have this limited to 2,000 copy steelbook, still sealed, of Transformers Age of Extinction. It was nice to see the Dinobots on screen. Okay, let's go with the next lot. Let me put them there for now. Take this one, put it back. Okay, what do we have here? So first up, we have a steelbook for the animated Starship Troopers movie, Traitors of Mars. Still sealed from Germany. Loose disc within. Executive producer was Casper Van Dien on it. Did Casper Van Dien not voice in this one? I think he did. I've got a feeling he did. Here we have Zack Snyder's Sucker Punch. I love this steelbook. It's really nice. Really, really nice steelbook. Film's all style over substance, but it's a really nice steelbook. Okay, and here we have Dracula. The original Universal Dracula. Limited edition steelbook with cover art by Alex Ross. The Invisible Man. Again, cover art by Alex Ross. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Cover art by Alex Ross. You see where these are going. Then we have another version of Creature from the Black Lagoon, because I like the steelbook as well on that one. I didn't know which one to go for, so I went for both. And then we have, I didn't get the Alex Ross. Oh look, J-card's a bit tatty. I got Frankenstein there. That's the 4K version of Frankenstein steelbook. So that's them ones. Just grabbing the next lot. Oh, we've got a couple more here to go with them. We have The Bride of Frankenstein. Go with that one. Again, Alex Ross cover. The Frankenstein one wasn't the Alex Ross cover. And then we have The Mummy with the Alex Ross cover. Alex Ross, Alex Ross, Alex Ross, Alex Ross. Oh dear, where are we? Okay, so what do we have here? We have another Terminator. Another Terminator Salvation. Project Pop Art. Steelbook for the film. Nice one, I like the steelbook. It's nice. And then we have Jungle Cruise with Dwayne Johnson, Emily Blunt. Yeah, very forgotten. And I picked this one up cheap, Chaos Walking. It was going cheap, I picked it up. And I never got through the film. Ugh. And then we have here The Demon Barber of Fleet Street in a steelbook. Sweeney Todd. Johnny Depp musical. Nice embossing on that. Cutthroat Razor. Superb. And then a steelbook from Germany. And this is for the original version of George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. In a lovely steelbook. Very nice. 4-disc set, that one. Okay, let's have a look now. Okay, so here we have 3 classics. Back to the Future. I don't need to say anything about that film. It speaks for itself. Back to the Future 2 and Back to the Future 3. I do have a big steelbook, another steelbook set of these as well. Big collector's edition set where the DeLoreans interconnect on it. But I liked these, and when Zavvi were doing these, I picked up the first one. I didn't pick up the second 2 until they went down to about 16 quid. Then I bought them. And, wow, they're classic films. Come on now. They speak for themselves. They're films that I grew up on. They're films that... The first one was one of those films that when it came to the point that I had it on VHS or pirate copy, whatever it was when I was a young lad, however we got it, however we sourced it, one of those films that I watched over and over and over again, most definitely was. We have Jumanji there. Look, lovely still. I love this steelbook. I love it. This, I think, is a beautiful steelbook. It's the game box. Do you know what I mean? Little dink on the back. I knew it was like that when I bought it. So be it. The J card's inside. And I love that the inside is the board game as well. You know, even there, look, it's fantastic. That's truly Truly is. It's, you know, it's these sort of steel books that I really, really love. I do. And anyway, then we have this steel tin book for Men in Black 1, 2 and 3. I got this really cheap. I haven't watched these films for a long time, but Men in Black 1 was good. I think Men in Black 2, very much a retread of Men in Black 1. And then I remember Men in Black 3 being really good as well. That was cheap. That was really cheap. I think it's like Dutch release or something of that ilk. And then here we have plastic still on this protector, but it's Reminiscence, the Hugh Jackman movie that when I was blind buying stuff, I did blind buying this film, and it's still a blind buy. I've still not watched it. There we go. Can you do? And this is a contender for best film, most definitely. Robot Overlords. I've actually got the Amaray for this as well. But it's got Gillian Anderson in it, so how couldn't I watch Gillian Anderson with Ben Kingsley? But Gillian Anderson's in it. How could I not watch Gillian Anderson? Sorry, I didn't mean to put up my middle finger then when I've done that. Yeah, couldn't not. And then we have Free Guy, Ryan Reynolds film, which was quite fun. It was quite fun. Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. So, was there a contender there for favourite film? I bet there's a film there that some people will say, that is the film that I would take, most definitely. So let's get to the last ones that are on this shelf. Those last steel books. And I've just dropped a couple. Luckily close to the ground. So, denting hasn't occurred. Thank God for that. So anyway, so let's get to those last steel books. So first up we have the Indiana Jones set. This particular Indiana Jones set with the white covers that everyone hated. That I can't really go into the story to how I got these too much, but you'll notice that there is only Blu-rays within, no 4Ks. I've got the 4Ks in my standard Indiana Jones release box. They exist in there. Then I bought these minus the 4Ks, this set for 30 quid. Without the 4Ks, this was not long after it came out. Someone was selling it on eBay for 30 quid, just the steelbooks, with the Blu-rays in, and I bought it, or I won it. It was in a bidding, so I got them. But obviously, lo and behold, since then we have had proper releases of them with the cover art, with the poster art on, which obviously oops, what am I doing? I did get. How could I not get them? How could I not get those? So there we have it. There we have it. There is that shelf of films. Yeah. And there's some fantastic films on that shelf. There are some films, and outstanding films on there. So that one film, it's difficult. This is where it becomes so difficult. Okay. Why this becomes so difficult is because I've pulled out two classics, two films that are sort of more modern day classics. That being, and it goes without saying, you've all probably guessed, that being this film here and this film here. Can't I pick two? No, you can't pick two. Same as you lot out there. You need to pick one film. Don't say to me, I'll take that trilogy. I'll take the Men in Black trilogy because there's 3 of them. You can only pick one damn film, okay? That's the rules that I've set out. I can only pick one film. Oh, I don't know. These are both films that I grew up with. Both films that I grew on. That cemented my love for cinema. Both films are nigh on perfect, in a sense. Both films, but they're different films, a different caliber of films, as in different sort of genre-based films. Yes, they're action, this is action adventure. This is sort of sci-fi comedy type of action. And okay, so I'm on a desert island. Okay, I've got to break this down to this, right? I am on a desert island, right? And I can only take one of these films with me. Forget, the implausibility of the fact that I've got a setup to watch these on that desert island, that there's electricity on that desert island to watch these films on. However you want to put it, right? I am stranded on a desert island. I've got to choose one of these two films. What do I pick? Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it pains me. It pains me to pick it. Because Back to the Future's a fantastic film and it deserves picking. But alas, back you must go. From whence you came, you shall remain until you are picked again. So, let's take a drink to Raiders of the Lost Ark. So Raiders of the Lost Ark is that film I picked, but why? Well, I don't know. There's impossible choice, really. That was an impossible choice. Two films came out there, but the way I see it is that if I'm on a desert island, surely this sort of a film and this sort of a mindset is would be more productive on a desert island. You could feel like you're the character. You could feel like you're in an Indiana Jones adventure, being stranded on some island somewhere. I'm going that route with it. That's how I've come to pick this film. I'm going that route with it. Yes. So, Raiders of the Lost Ark is my pick. It's got to be. It's got to be. It's a classic film. One of the best. So anyway, that's done. What did you pick? What film did you pick to take with you out of all those films that I showed there? Let me know. Let me know the reasons why and why you picked that film over all the others. I think it stands to reason why I'd pick Indiana Jones, or Raiders of the Lost Ark, I should say. I'd be saying exactly the same. It stands to reason why I picked Back to the Future. Had I picked Back to the Future, a timeless film, it looks like it was made yesterday. Both of them look like they were made yesterday. They haven't really dated at all. And both big blockbuster movies, both with a lot of talent behind the camera, in front of the camera. Strong, powerful, wonderful films that like I said, helped to cement my love for film and cinema. Anyway, that's me done. So, in 2 weeks' time, I will be back again with another Desert Island Discs, where I shall jump back over to my normal shelves and continue with them, and then we'll come back round to another Steelbook shelf at some point, because I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 6 shelves worth of Steelbooks, not including all the special edition versions, the thicker ones and that sort of a thing. And so I look forward to hearing what film you picked. See you later.